Alright, so we're back with some more of this again. So, a little more teasers of Persia this time because I think this is going to be part of the update that I found out it's called Dance of Euphrates. It'll be involving reworks and all that, so anything. I'm just lowering the background music over here just in case it's too loud. Anyways, we'll be reading through this because I think this is probably going to be the best way I'm going to be doing these teasers for like these big ones. This, to me, this is the best fit. So anyway, Persia. Hello and welcome back to another redflood power report, this time detailing Persia. Recently designed before 0.3 from Eurasia with Love. No how extensively since that update or release. Persia is hopefully how things to come in redflood. Yeah, we see Persia is one of those selectable nations on the Far East and stuff. But no content for it, which yeah, kinda excited to play see how that goes. Anyways, background. Persia under the Qajar dynasty has been declining for more than 100 years. Be it loss of lands and regional influence to Russia and Britain laid the former empire low. While the Great War ravaged Europe, Persia remained mostly isolated from the conflict beyond being a launch pad for British forays in Arabia. The end of the war brought the end of the Ottoman Empire and with it peace in Persia. The Arabs tried to assert their influence in Syria, so too did the Kurds in Mesopotamia. 1920, the region was in flux. This wouldn't be so bad with Russia not following the Civil War of the year prior. The Russian Civil War ended the Caucasus. The Roman armies, white and red, fought for the control of the mountains. Yeah. And now the descendants of the Middle East spread north. Soon Persia was faced with the Zari independence, the Jangali separatist and rise, as well as increasing pressure in Persia, Kurdistan. One white Russian army defeat led to yet more turbulence as they retreated Hakkari, established in Syria and stayed on Persia's border. I think that I can form the Caucasian General Government, if I remember correctly. When fighting erupted in the ultimate result, this along with the establishment of the Median Kurdistan forces, Kurdistani nations, proved too much to Persia. Republican forces, Russian Republican forces were carrying up north of the country with the Zari nationalists while forming the nation state in Tiberias. In 1921, Riza Khan, a young officer in the Persian Cossack army, sent troops into Tehran to help from Britain. To make himself military commander in chief, he then used his newfound power to push the Russian rulers back and survive the Shah. I cannot read her. Although unable to stop the Azagids completely, Riza Khan's efforts salvaged the majority of the country. Taking advantage of his success, he forced the government dissolution and awarded himself the post of prime minister. Soon, seeing the writing on the wall, the Shah fled to Europe in 1925, and Riza publicly took his place. British more concerned with the threat of radicalism threatening interests in the Gulf and India, saw little reason to protest. Since then, the new Shah's rule has been carried out by a generally successful national industrial modernization campaign, but also authoritarianism with outside military influence, shaman action, and repression to dissent. It has begun bearing bitter fruit by the start date, as well as important to Persian politics. Indeed, Middle Eastern politics since the fall of the Ottomans is the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, or APOC. Founded in 1920, this company's organs in the west and south are growing in value and importance, and with oil money paying Persian war debts, funding government modernization programs, Tehran fortune tied APOCs. Now more than ever in this case, in the aftermath of the economic and political problems at home and in India that led to the collapse of the British Raj in 1934, with the blessing of London, the APOC has since temporarily altered the terms in their operation. The oil-rich province of Kurdistan, telling the middle of the economic issues lost by cutting Persia out of more of APOC's resources. They've altered the deal, they don't alter it anymore. So yeah. So yeah, there's a over here Azerbaijan, so yeah. I think Azerbaijan was actually the independent by style, but it's gonna be a demilitarized zone. Whereas in 1931, where the Shah at the mercy of the APOC in London. Domestic political scene is rife with corruption and repression. The scene is reaping even less benefit of us beneath the soil. In the north, the government still doesn't full control of Azerbaijan and Azali as Azari nationalists and leftists guerrillas battle Persian garrisons for control. These are becoming troublesome. British oil companies are becoming unsustainable. Shah authority demands in spite of his achievement, the enemies both new and old are ruined out of their heads. So yeah. The debt. They gotta pay that pipi. So, there's probably gonna be other ways that you can pay off that debt as well. Based upon this, like political power, pay off 5%. Probably the more political power that you put into it, the more you pay off your debt and all that. At least that's what I think it is. Anyways, crisis point. Persia become a powder keg. The decision to bring a deep in the pop and the new deal being forced upon the country to create a tense atmosphere. But you spill over giving away. Giving away provocation. At the starting tree, it's only 4. As the greatness, further concession to London. Take more depth once again. Send more Persians and work for the British. So yeah. This is probably going to cause great unrest to the point where, yeah, this happens. If the provocation happens to be, no spoilers on that. Persia will eventually fall in the war. Not quite a devastating scale as the rest of Japan, but really more of a revolution, but it's one that would see Persia's markets had not far to land, break away and tear on control, so yeah. So you got this big old over here and then a small one over here, so if you play as Persia, yeah, deal with that. And also got troops caught over there, so probably gonna be similar to revolutionary Japan in some ways, but obviously different. But the Reds have the deck stacked against them. The British are supporting the Shah with mercenaries and attachés. They do have support underground nothing moves in Guyana, East Kyrgyzstan, and Azerbaijan. Yeah, this is the white regular Persia. So they'll rely on British attachés, volunteers and all that. With the Shah will restored possibly when they win. Revolutionaries. They'll try to subvert that. Have underground. Using guerrilla tactics for the of it, underground resistance, all that. First sessions. Well, first of all, with a white victory. While victory might seem like it would be a shot quick, he's still destined to be disposed. Either by royals, who would rather has his young son take over, or by the British, so he managed to remove the war's province from direct control. If the young Shah's crowned, he'd be free to take in the British puppeteering. With short mind vision, Muhammad Reza will attempt to emulate both the West and Persian hero Cyrus the Great. He aimed to restore Persia's glory, westernize the country, and finally keep the trade angle out of the Gulf. Maneuvers carefully, and never to transform this will not go unnoticed by threats from within and without. As you can see over here. As they will launch various modernizations. Council. Army focuses on political stuff, eternal threads and all that over here. That's probably what they're referring to over here. Nope. I'll take back what's lost. Taking the man's stuff. Striking back at certain territories of the British Empire. Reintegrated some of them. So yeah, you'll be able to be pretty expensive. The 8 pocket super controller begin a colonial experiment where the company, with help from Britain, undertakes some nation building, paving the way for Persian dominance, of course. Anglicizing Persian institutions, vastly expanding the oil industry, and of course all major parts of the plan. But eventually, reforms would pass control back to Persia under appropriate supervision, of course. So yeah. So you basically get 2 paths really, where you can go against or become controlled by the APOC. Yeah, so Britain can take over, expanding all the oils and all that, and have basically a Britain, not Britain, Persia down, Britain, like I guess Britain dominated Persia, but it's basically going to be another extension of British control. Dominated by oil and mercenary trade, APOC Persia set about becoming a key pillar to Anglo imperialism by gaining involved in wars whenever they can. Buyers on the war's decision will give APOC Persia a chance to trade on profit. Trade for profits, probably which can be used to include Persia industry. Look at that. They basically fund conflict over the war to extend Britain rule. All these British imperialism extension. I mean, if the Raj succeeds, and this will happen, Britain's group can actually become quite strong in terms of their imperialist ways. Yeah, I kind of want to see exactly if there's like these. How exactly big like a certain empire get, or in this case Britain, UK. I want to see just exactly how big they could actually get if all the cards just fall into their favor. It'd be interesting to see. Anyways, a red victory. If the Reds renovate the British and their puppet shah, they will create a People's Council to decide the fate of Persia. Either left to form a broad tent Tudor, the massive popular party, or the right will rally under the Hizir Yaga or Mirza Kachak Khan, famous revolutionary partisan against the Qajar dynasty. Twitter will become a secular and social factor into a moderate platform, because about the needs of the rural growing population, urban reformers, and revolutionaries. Twitter will also be righting the wrongs of the Shahs, restore Persian territory, and spread the revolution across the Middle East and Caucasus. The Caucasus, sorry. In concert with the International. So yeah. So as I said, the more moderate, they'll expand. Either restore the old borders or revolutionary imperialism. Doing the International, Germany and all that. And we can spread the revolution towards the Libyans. Expand the International. Or federal ambitions are strong with pan-Iranian nationalism, Islamic socialism, and aggressive industrialism. Cocktail do as succeed in implementing. While the Jingo will not surrender modernization to tribesmen and herders, their political realities to them. Destroying what little domestic bourgeois class Persia has would be a potential setback, and a different approach required. All this moves the Jingo family out of the sphere of mainstream socialism movement towards a state socialism with Islamic characteristic. Despite the relatively federal nature the reborn Iran will take, vision will put forward by major culture economist allies will bring Iran outside the International. And they go their own way. And yeah. But basically, I think it's totalitarian socialism, I'm not correctly. But they're basically going their own way, federalize a whole lot of states. And based on this, it seems fuse marked with Islam. Yeah, they're gonna basically like the radicals of the left with some nationalist sympathy. So it looks like they're gonna be the vanguard socialists. Oh, they're probably gonna be revisionists or little Marx. At best guess anyway. They're gonna expanding, total federalization, all that. And the outro. Downtown City. Oh yeah, we already did that before. By the time this comes out. Yeah, Iran. Persia really. I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did for Brazil. And that was I'm gonna be doing both sides. I find more interesting. So the vanguard socialist path. And probably either the APOC or a new Shah. It all depends. Depends on what I find interesting. So I might do some off camera playthrough of regular Persia and see which one I find more enjoyable. I'll probably go with the Shah. With the APOC, it might not sound interesting as well, but hopefully I'm gonna do the Vanguard Socialist because that's from what I've seen. That's the one I like most interested in. So yeah, I'm gonna. So yeah, in terms of when I'm gonna be doing this, I probably will be doing this after the Iran playthrough. Wait, not the Iran. The Israel playthrough with Stern. And I don't know. I mean, there is that other path with Einstein that I would like to do as well. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll bounce. Maybe I'll do like a back and forth. Do Israel first, then Iran, and then Israel again, but on the left side, and Iran again on the left side. Maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. I'll still be thinking about that, but I will be doing Israel first. Time this comes out, doing Israel first, and then Iran most likely. But yeah, very looking forward to this. Seeing these two nations be expanded upon. Well, before we've seen, by the time, by the time this video comes out, I probably will be focusing on the update and focusing on the Middle East a lot. Yeah. Look forward to Persia, Israel, all the fun stuff there. So hope you guys enjoy this. Kind of been rambling. Sorry about that. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be fun. So this little teaser, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.